There we go. We should be live. Hopefully I don't have the audio issue that I had last stream. I did take some care to try and fix that. Essentially what it was I was trying to do some experiments for recorded content. And as a result, I'm recording my mic audio in two different versions. That way, if one is problematic or corrupted because of some of the audio effects that I use, I can rely on the raw audio afterwards. However, that also means there's two audio channels of my voice. So when I was streaming, that was causing conflicts. So now that that's all set, I should be sounding significantly better. If I'm not, please let me know. So, today's goal is to turn this Trike into a gasoline-powered vehicle. The original plan was to actually do this during the last stream, where I did the tractor, but I ran out of time. I shouldn't say I ran out of time. I spent a very long time on the tractor, and as a result, didn't get to actually do this one. So let's build it over here where I have a bit more space. I'm also tempted to put a spin on this one as well. My goal is to do a V-twin on this bike. However, I do want to put some sort of spin on it, similar to what I did with the tractor, having like a crank engine or something, which would be fitting because this does have a slightly older aesthetic to it as well. However, I'm not sure that would be the best idea. Let me double check, make sure my audio is not broke. Hello, testing. Sure that would be the best idea. Let me double check, make sure my audio is... There we go. Alright, so we are good. So let's start by unlocking all attachments and ripping into where I want to place the actual engine. Luckily, there's a nice plate for us to use right here. And I should be able to fit the twin, or fit the large bore cylinders in here as well. So let me grab these. Yep, that's in line with the pipe. And parts. Engine. I might just do hand crank, just because it's genuinely simpler for this design. Where's my beam? 45. It is a little bit lower than I'd like it, so let's see if we can raise that up to be in line with the actual crank. There we go. Let's turn everything into steel. Ah, that is going to cause some conflicts. Because these are in the way now. And I don't have room to mount the engine. Because, oh, that's not what I was trying to do. Because what I was trying to do was place these here, but now they're going to get in the way of this bar. So I can either move this bar out, or see if I can offset this inside the engine instead. Which seems to have some of its own problems with how the frame is built. So, two options. I either start tearing the frame apart, or I will need to go to the smaller cylinders. I think for this... Come on, rotate where I need you to be. I want to see, can I actually try a smaller cylinder gap? Yes. But does that actually give me enough room to place those? That's another question I need to figure out. That one fits. That one fits. Okay. Let's do flywheel. On the inside. Set this to lead. Grab tops of these. Wish we had more options for pipes. Like different angles and stuff that matched with all the different ways we could actually mount the cylinder heads. Yeah. This is actually one of the game's pre-builts. The 3V. We're just doing a little modification to add the gasoline engine to it. Want to do... Big concern here is actually getting in the way of the suspension here. Oh, take that. Get off there. Also, just like angled pipes would be nice. Like slanted pipes. Or I guess that also works into what I said before of like if we just had more angles than 90 degrees. That would be really helpful. So let's see if I can actually do... something like that. So I almost just want one pipe. That is looking derpy. Just absolutely interesting, for lack of a better word. I'm trying to find a good way to route this is becoming troublesome. So if there was a 45 angle pipe instead of just 90, yeah, or really anything, because when you come in here, you've got like 120s, 135, 150, 157.5, like there's a bunch of different angles the game lets you build with. And even like if I come in here, these are 120s, 90s, 120, 135, 150, yeah. Like there's all these different angles that you're allowed to build with in the game, but pipes are only 90 degrees, which is a very much missed opportunity in my opinion. So I want this to look nice, but really the only ways I can do it is either just have a bunch of like weird awkward straights or a bunch of weird awkward corners. That. Which I don't entirely like the look of that, but it's kind of the best option I have, I think. What's up? I'm a haze. I think that's how you pronounce that. Yeah, that's right. We are... No. The talk that I've heard is that the dev is not like, multiplayer is a goal, but not a priority, because they want to essentially get the game finished for single player before adding multiplayer. Hello, Mohammed. Since it came out, but the building looks a bit janky. I genuinely enjoy the building on this. It's a little janky. However, some of the jank that comes from building in this game comes from how much like freedom it gives you. Like there's all kinds of different tools. I actually have, so I've found a way of building that really works well for me. So if you notice Y, when I press Y, there's only one tool. Normally, I can do different tools, but if I have to figure out where this is actually at, an options, controls, tools. I actually have these tools disabled. Watching your tutorial on making piston engines and scrap mechanic. Ooh, cool. But I have these tools turned off because for me, when I grab, say, I'm just going to leave that be. When I grab something, the tool that is most important to me is the scaling one. So by having this the only tool available, it's almost always on. And if I hold Shift and WAS and D, I get all my rotations that I need. So I can really quickly rotate things around and build because rotation is Shift, WAS and D. Scaling is if I double click on something, I get a scaling bar. for me, it didn't take long to pick up and like get used to building in the game. And that, I guess, is in part because I've played so many other building games. Oh, yeah. Like, the actual key bindings, if I remember correctly, you can have all the key bindings and have secondary key bindings, too. And unlike Scrap Mechanic, which loves to forget your key bindings, if I remember correctly, button 7 for the toolbar doesn't hold its key binding. And first, it's only button 7. Yeah. Rotating with Q and E also works. Yes. WAS and D, Q and E are for rotation. So with that kind of setup, it's really easy to get into flow state. And usually what I'm doing when I'm building is I just set my tool to steel, because that's usually what I build in. And then from there, once you actually start building, you can just pull pieces off of the vehicle and just do this whenever you need a piece with alt click. Or even sometimes I'll just have a piece out here just lying around. So, if I need a pin, I've got a pin, and then I can place this in the vehicle and just have kind of a I don't know what the word is, the palette, like the artist's palette of just different items that I might need while building. Can you tell me more about this game? I just got this game, watching one of your vids, wondering what is this game? So, Mahaze, this game is just basically a building game. There are scenarios and stuff you can do. So if you go over here, you can load scenes and begin scenarios. There are some like kit builds, which are useful for tutorials. There's a few different racetracks you can try, a non-motorized racetrack, and there's like the tutorial island. Does this have a... Ooh. Oh, this is cool. I didn't know you could do this. And of course, you could always download these off the workshop as well if you want to find more stuff. And there's all sorts of sorting systems, and there's like workshop content and stuff. So there's like challenges and races and stuff you can do. But genuinely, it's just, hey, here's a bunch of tools. Here's a bunch of like items, gears, engines, pulleys. Go have fun and make these things. Make go-karts, make forklifts, and like even the stuff I've built. I've built station wagons, I've built tanks, tractors, steering systems. I built a skateboard. You can genuinely just ride this without a motor. Let's grab 5 tool. And the way this is set up is wherever you stand on the board, it puts weight on some springs underneath it. And that actually pivots the wheels. So if I grab and drag down, you'll see the wheels turn. If I grab and drag on the other side. So you use your weight to actually steer this board. I'm not going to say I'm the original creator of the skateboard, by the way. I've seen a few different ones, including like electric skateboards. But you can just use, this is a little push tool you can use to like grab things and move them. And you can also use it to push things. If you just tap it, you can actually put momentum into the thing you're standing on. I'm not doing a very good demonstration of the skateboard, am I? Yeah, your character has weight. And if you put like a round wheel... Here, let me... Nope. Delete this. Let me see if I can find my treadmill. Yes. If I just come and sit inside this, running on this wheel actually puts power to the wheels. And if I start sprinting, 50, 55, 60, 65. Back here. So yeah, like, this game's like, here's some really basic tools. Go wild with them. It's a lot of fun. Oh! Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Turn on flight, and then set back over here to the car we were working on. Ew. A little too fast. There we go. Yeah. Alright. Parts. Engine. Let's grab the nose crank. And let's just grab a little hand wheel to turn it. I do really like the idea of oh yeah, the undo tool is really good in this game. So if, for example, you like just, you know, start just shredding into your build, oh no, Control Z. Ta-da. It's really nice. Let me make sure this is all on. Yes, it is. I need to turn this around. We grab... And you can also, like, link stuff together. So in this case, if I want to link this, I can just grab these two pieces out. They come together, and then I can just slot them back the other way around really easily. And I just have to redo the connections. Everything's good. Let's see. Why is this not reading a RPM? Now it's reading an RPM. However, it needs to be significantly faster than that for it to actually do what I need it to. So, let's go ahead and pop a gear onto this. And see if we can... that needs to stay though. Can I make a car with a V2? Oh, that's what I'm doing. I'm making a V2 engine. Trying to think of a good way to actually mount this up. I may do pulley. So I would like it to be... Okay, then here's a question. Wait, can I actually put this on this side? Do I have the room in here to do it? Okay, gotta delete that connection, fix that connection. I do have the room to mount it on the inside. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. Give me more room to work with this pulley system up front. And then you... Then I need a pipe, or a tube. Is there anyone I can just grab? Nope. Axle. I'm gonna go with the gear. Did I? Yep, I broke the connection, so it's not reading an RPM. Let's do... Direction, peak torque. Yep, still not getting to a high enough RPM. If I... See if I can reduce the flywheel size, if that'll help. Yep, that works. I'm actually going to turn this into a clutch gear, so that the little flywheel piece isn't spinning while I'm cranking on it. And I would like to lower this crank. Do I have room down here for it? Possibly. Okay, I need to break that connection. There we go. Then put this down here. One of the things that does frustrate me a little bit is when I'm trying to select that gear, because I have this connection node appearing, it's selecting the node and not the gear, so I have to use a different tool. Peak torque, all of it. Did I not make something rotate? No, I didn't. There it is. And then the cranks lost their connection because I modified it. And that will come to a stop because that clutch gear is no longer engaged. Oh, only when the player's in seat. something funny is you can actually watch the torque from just the engine spinning. It's not putting any power to anything. It's not connected. Just it spinning the flywheel is enough to get the body to shift. Okay, so with that done, let's go ahead and grab a... need to make this longer. Move this out of the way first. And it's really efficient. Like, this game is really, really good on the frame rate. For example, if I go and grab my tank, my Cybersaw, unsurprisingly, I've gone from 60 frames to 30 frames. The fact that I'm still at 30 frames is a testament. I've dropped down to 16 now. However, with just a single setting, collisions off, I'm at a stable 40 frames a second. With all of these being individual links. And then when I'm done with this, I can just delete it, and then I can go turn that setting back on. Alright, thing I was doing. Clutch. I have a Intel Core i7 9600K, I believe. So it's a high-end CPU, but it's a pretty old one at this point. And I'm running a 3060 Ti, I do believe. So, while I do have gaming specs, it's nowhere near top of the line either. And the fact the game runs that stable with a mid-level gaming PC is just like round of applause to the developer. Disengage at 450, engage at 1000, peak, let's just leave that be. Let's go ahead and crank this over. Ah, God. Darn it. Always disconnects. There we go. We are going the wrong direction. So, let's invert this. And invert this. Oh, I forgot to start the engine up front. I need some gear ratios in here. This is just direct drive at the moment. You're starting to pick up speed, though. I do have a rear brake, which is nice. I do kind of want to tighten the suspension up a little bit and give it another gear because, oh god, the steering is not very responsive. Okay. Also, the brake is trash. Alright, let's turn the brake up. And the acceleration grip. Cornering grip, high. Corner... This is not the default value. The dev understeered this thing so hard. Or oversteered. I'd never get those two correct. Hopefully now that we have a little more weight, because the engine, it might... Also, needs parking brake. Okay, that brake's quite a bit better. Alright, first things first, let's get rid of the battery. And let's put a parking brake on this thing so I can actually stop it. With some semblance of reliability. Okay, that can go away. Understeers the turn isn't oversteers, the rear is turning too much. Okay, yeah. So understeer is what we have. Okay, you are toggle only in C, invert control 1, all of the power, turn you on. That should be a parking brake. So now you're not mounted, that's why. Because that thing I deleted was actually the piece that mounted you. There we go. Now we have a parking brake. Cool, so it's not just going to roll away on us. Let's do some tweaking to the cylinders. And to the flywheel. On. Alright, let's see about putting some semblance of a transmission into this. We've got very little room to do so. So, let's see. If I move you here, you are no longer needed. You are no longer needed. We can start cleaning out a little bit of room here. Parking brake is going to be switched around. And then should have enough room for a transmission system. So this can go to a clutch gear. See if we can get a clutch gear transmission working here. Didn't work well with my tractor last time. And then having a smaller gear that is going to be a gear kind of dangling down, so that might be a bit obnoxious, but we'll deal with that in a second. Let's do you are going to be the one that's on by default, and then shift is going to be the key, shift, all of the clutch power, only while seated, toggles activation. Right now, you should be, yep. And if I go, oh, I need to actually turn on the engine. That would be helpful. Honestly, this is working significantly better than I was expecting it to. Part of me is tempted to put a handle on the back, because if you've seen some of the, like, really small cars, I don't even know where they're, like, what year they're from, like the 50s, 60s, but instead of giving this car a reverse gear, I would love to just put a handle on the back where you come here and just pick it up and pull it back. I think it'd be funny. All right, let's do a little bit of fixing up things. Since we did kind of rearrange this a bit. Okay. And then can I do another one of these? Here. And then do some smaller plates. And then I'm going to put a lead plate on the bottom to help with some of the weight management. So you are going to become lead. Let's not do that big of a plate then. That's really heavy. Crank it over. Come on. Need to fix the steering. 8. Let's tune these a little higher. Alright, and I need to do... I want to replace this monitor with a larger one so we can see speed and RPM. And RPM. Because at 4,000 is when this one cuts off. So, start the engine. Okay. Let's do stronger springs in the front of this. Okay, 95, a little too much. 90? Okay. 85. And wherever the motor is for turning, you're gonna go up. Also going down. Nope. Nope. Bad. All right. Real quick, before we start doing too much more, let's go ahead and tuck a fuel tank into here. It's set, tuck a fuel tank into here. Let's grab... grab that. Where can I mount this in a good way? see if 82 is going to work. Hello, Trekker Geck. Yeah, I think I can get a little more. 84. Doing some tuning to the front suspension right now. Let's give ourselves a little more weight to work with. Front hand crank start. That's a P.2. Okay, this is starting to... Ooh, wrong thing I need to mess with. Starting to be a little too unresponsive. Yeah, it's because it's a three-wheeler. I'm gonna move the weight back a bit. So how much was this? This was 170. So let's bring this back. $60 in the rear. And then turn these up to... I'm gonna see if I can get away with 90 by moving the weight back. I could do that. I could try that. That stays up. This is gonna... That didn't work too well. You gonna stop? Was the belt just slipping? Is that what's happening there? Alright, 86. Start the engine. Yeah, that's fair. You just have to widen out the wheels, essentially. A little more weight, a little less turn. And let's beef the suspension just a bit to help handle that weight that I just gave it. Nope. Note to self, this is shit. This slider, I hate it. This is a 198. I think I noticed something I'm doing wrong. Alright, let's see. I'm actually going to move this all the way up here instead. These springs are struggling. I might have to move it back a little bit. Turn you down. So I forgot, with a three-wheeler, you have a triangle of stability, essentially, that you have to work with. And I was putting the center of mass too far back, which is the narrow... I don't have any brakes. I don't have any brakes. Let's delete that. Can we turn this brake up any higher? Yes, we can. Thank you. Alright. And that was part of what my stability issue was. Alright. So, a few things I want to do. Now that I've fixed that, or hopefully fixed that. Turn this back up a little bit more. Turn these up a little bit more. Okay, we're significantly more stable now. Let's tune that and that back out. And then turn these up a bit. Okay, there, we're finding the limit again. Oh, nope. Should be able to just increase this size a bit. Fix most of that. Turning quite a bit better now. Not enough though. So close. Okay, dampening needs to go up on the front end. And I also need these to go up a little bit. Okay, we're starting to lose it again. Okay. So, 101's just a little too much. But it's still, like, not enough to take turns at any sort of significant speed, which is frustrating. don't want to just keep increasing the weight of this, but to make it actually drive well and feel fun. Hi, Canadian. Thank you. Now with a little extra weight, let's see how far we can push turning now. I can feel the front end wanting to lift so badly there. Because it's as if the rear end needs to slide a little. I'll give the rear end a little less friction. See if we can get it to go out. Oh, a little too much. Yeah, I just spun out really hard there. I kind of prefer... Okay. Lots of loud banging noises. I kind of prefer understeer, just because it's a little more manageable in my opinion. It's also seeming to be quite difficult to control. Yeah, because now it's too tight. We can find that perfect balance. Maybe. Oh yeah, the front end's definitely leaning too much. But I'm trying to avoid modifying this as much as possible and try and keep it as close as I can to the base vehicle. Which includes trying to, like, not mess with this. Like, messing with dials and switches, that's fine, but I'd rather not, like, add a second set of springs on the front if I can avoid it. For stiffness, I have it maxed out already. It's just the added weight of the engine and the lead that I'm using for balancing purposes is just maxing out that front suspension. Let's see if we can get the rear end to kick out again. Just a little bit. Well, it's a single rear wheel being driven. The front wheels aren't being powered. The front wheels are just steering. So there's no use for a diff. Yeah, rear end still isn't wanting to... Oh! Kick out. Let's see, I should be able to find the wheel. There it is. Okay, it kicked out. I couldn't control it though. Starting to kick out a little bit. Yeah, it does. Like, it's a trike. Unfortunately, that's kind of a problem with trikes, is they want to flip. Alright, as much as I like the idea of trying to get this to drift, I'm just going to say no. And essentially you'll have to drive this a little bit slower. I'd rather have, like, the understeer, to be honest. Oh, brakes is still an issue. Honestly, putting a governor in this would not be the worst idea. Alright, things that still need my attention. I'm gonna turn this down one more little notch. Just so we shouldn't have any flipping concerns. Crank this over. There we go. Don't like the way the steering is responding right now. Let's do that. And then just a little more. Let's grab the wrong seat. Actually, kind of like that, but let's go back down to roughly where it was. Turn on the engine. There we go. A little more tweaking to the steering. Let's not do quite as much rotation, because we're not using like half of it. Driving surprisingly well. Without adding like significantly more weight to this, I want to argue that like this is probably the best it's going to get. Brakes could use some work, but I'd rather not turn it up to 6,000, but I guess I can. I'm not even using the full 4,000 right now. problems? Yeah, no, we're not gonna do that. That was us setting the RPM of the engine past what the game really likes to calculate. No, it's just that I kind of done everything I really wanted to do with screwdrivers, and even with its more current updates, there's not much that has caught my attention to return to it. I gotta do something about those brakes. That is still not enough to stop this. Okay. Yes, it is this corner. The corner that always gets me. How do you attach? Why are you not attaching to anything? There you go. Only one seat. Yeah, someone mentioned like one of the... There's a track, an IRL track that it's from. It's a sandbox. You can really build wherever you want in this game. Cars are quite common. Oh, I didn't turn on the brake. But not exclusive. Like, you can build forklifts, you can build, like, excavation vehicles. I've built, like, tanks and off-road trucks and stuff. It's very much a physics sandbox. This thing only almost needs training wheels. How are the damage physics? Let me grab... let's turn on damage. And let's punt it. Oh, the bump fell off. Entire front end just disintegrated. So how's that for damage physics? Oh yeah, and I'm hitting 45 frames despite doing that. This game is really, like, genuinely really optimized. Have fun cleaning it. Yeah. It's really simple. Constructions, select all, not the thing that I'm currently working on, delete. Oh, select all, not the thing I'm currently working on, delete. There we go. And then I'm going to save this before I accidentally delete the thing. What's it called? V3 V2. Save it. Not in the current schedule as I understand it. From what I've been told, the dev does want to add multiplayer, but wants to finish the single player portion first. Once the game is done, once all of the building materials and everything is in here, then multiplayer is like a to-do list item, but other than that, no, it is not currently in the game. Alright. Real quick, a few things. I'm debating between whether or not I actually want to put a reverse gear into this, because it is such a small car, because it is so simple. Do I need one? I might just actually add a reverser system to this, just for the sake of simplicity. Not something I would do with a lot of my creations, but I think I might just do it for this. So what this is going to do is just on Control R, only in seat. Go. So if I need to reverse, I can go. That's not enabled. There we go. And this can just little electric motor to roll my car in reverse. It's not too terribly strong though, so I might put it on the other gear. Or there might be a possibility. I have this set in the wrong direction. Is that what's going on? Invert direction. What? It's just for the sake of, let's see if we just give it a crazy amount of torque. Have a good night. Okay, this on a hill is not the best idea. Let's just roll this down the hill. Okay, this can run in reverse using the reverser engine. But it's very low torque. Especially if we actually just use the physical limit that the game has, which is only this. And I bet this is not going to be able to... Yeah, it can't even push that uphill. So... what do I want to do about that? I think... what I might want to try... is this. Come on. No, that's not what I said. Instead of this, let's grab... that, and let's just copy these details over. And from here, you should be able to steal power from the side of the engine. How do I want to get this into here, though? Let's grab a gear. Clutch gear, preferably. And... no, that's not enough. If I do this, though... that will interface. And then gear. This interface? Yes. Okay. So you have power from there to there. Let's grab a belt. Let's only give this a very limited amount of torque. And then seat. R. That was not as planned. Oh, I didn't set these to turn. So turn, turn. Now I can crank the engine up. Alright, this is going to go on the other side then. Because it's struggling to turn all of this extra gearing. Which it's probably still doing because I didn't engage this clutch gear. Might have to tinker with this for a second to get it a slightly better gear ratio. So what's this? A 3 to 1. Can I just crank this over easier? It's struggling so much. I'm actually going to reduce the flywheel even more. 'Cause I don't think I need it. Really, genuinely. Something's wrong. Crank this up. Come on. There we go. Alright, but if I do this, it stalls the engine. Good. Let's not do that then. What's the minimum amount of torque we can give that? Okay. So this isn't gonna work. However, if we aren't gonna be using the flywheel anyway. Did that disconnect my cylinders? No, it didn't. Then what we can do, I don't want to use this one. Get out of there. So you get in there. Where'd the other flywheel go? I delete it? No. Let's grab the old flywheel. Ram this back in here. Then we're going to copy these details. Put it into this one. Might have to remove this piece. Move it back. Trying to see if I've done it on stream, if any of my, because I don't think I actually streamed any of the builds that I did with linear actuators, unfortunately. There's a lot of like tutorials on my to-do list, to be honest. Let's see how I can do this well. Could I move this up? And then connect to that. Okay, doesn't seem to be causing any conflicts. You come out here. I really want to avoid using a clutch reverse like I did with the tractor. So I'm just trying to think how I can accomplish something similar without using it. Because right now what I'm actually thinking is doing something like this. It's not a problem. Can I ask you to make some tutorials because I really need some nice builds? Yeah. I do want to make tutorials in the future, like actual proper tutorials for this game. And then what I want is a clutch. Then that gets in the way. So what I want to do with you is to grab a slope beam. Command to copy. Copy you. And then instead of this, go and doop, doop. Invert belt routing. Nope. Do I need to, like... No, I invert belt routing. There we go. Now we got that around the clutch. Hello from France. Caught up your channel. Don't know if there are any plans for it. V-twin motorcycle. I might mess around with motorcycles because I know this game does really good physics. So I'm curious to see how stable something like that might be. Currently, we actually are doing a V-twin motorcycle style engine. So with this, reverse, only while in seat. And then what we can use that for is to... Full power. Off of this pin. Turn that into... turn that into something out here. So I'm going to move this out of my way. Actually, I'm going to mount it here underneath the gas tank. Come on, let me mount it. Lift that up a little bit. Mount you under the gas tank. There should be a mounting pin there, but I guess not. That is fine. And then, how do I actually want to get this power out around here? Let's see if I can just grab you. You're going to be in a bad place. How about right here? Okay. Can I sneak something past this belt without it interfering? Dials, yeah, dials is something I really want to see done properly. No, it's colliding. Can I drop it further down so that doesn't interfere? Give that a pivot. And then I can hopefully grab was hoping to actually drive that right here, but I'm not sure if I can get power up here properly. But can I invert this? Is that okay? It does do something, and that is a way you can actually run a belt. Oddly enough, that I do believe will invert our direction. Nope, that's not what I wanted to grab. So here we can grab a clutch gear. It's not going to fit. It's not going to... well, it'll fit, but not work for what I want it to, so I need to make another platform. That one there. That there. You in, oh, you're in the way of that. That's fine. Let's just do that. That. Yes, that connects. Good. R. Only one seat. So now, if everything's working the way I think it should, I press R. What? Interesting. I've also lost all steering, apparently. Which is fun. There's my steering back. Okay. Let's do this. Hopefully this is not going to make it explode like it was just doing a second ago. Oh yeah, downforce. Downforce would be amazing. Okay, forward is working fine. So if we press R, that's not working the way it should. Which is okay, because I know why it's not working. Because this really wants a gear ratio. Which I can give it easily. But is there a better way to do this? I think I have an answer. So... this needs to go here. Will this fit? Yes, this will fit. It'll transfer power, and it's not interfering with the belt. Oh my god, good. The clutch doesn't need to turn on. Ah, yeah, that Yes, you are Thank you for noticing that. There we go. This should also work anyway, so if this should be... Okay, something's wrong here now. Which it's likely because, yes, this is wrong. So I'm going to go back to the previous design. Now that I know that the clutch is incorrect. Go. Basically, the reverse is working by bypassing the other two gears that are in the transmission, and then just putting a direct reverse power into the drive shafts, essentially. So I'm pressing, turning off the parking brake. Normally, press W to accelerate. However, if I hold R, it'll disengage the main gear system and not do what I think it would. Is the other clutch not on? No, it is not. That would be also useful. Also, you are pivoting correctly. Good. You are attached. Good. You are functioning. Good. You are functioning. Good. What the heck is happening and why is it not moving? There we go. So if I hold R and then press W, kind of want to just use it as a toggle. So toggle. Toggle. So now I start the engine. Press R. Yeah, the tractor is already up on the workshop, which is the last one of these we did. This one will be up at some point. I plan on also doing like a proper video on it as well. Hello, Jacob. Ah! This got disconnected from the engine. No, wait, what? Oh, yeah, I forgot I moved. No, that's not what I wanted. Where did I put it? I put it down there. Speed and then RPM. Brakes on this thing is so terrible. Okay, let's real quick do reverse. This engine is really poorly balanced. I've been tweaking the suspension and stuff, but I haven't modified it. So, like, I've modified the values, but not the actual, like, what's the word I'm looking for? I've modified the values, but not the geometry or anything. Yeah. Don't have the steering. Well, it's this. The suspension's okay. Like it could be better by like a lot. Um, it's more so a combination of I've added a significant amount of weight, and also it is a trike. So decreasing dampening would mean it would return to center faster. It's a kind of double-edged sword when dealing with dampening. Like, for now, it's functional. It works. It's mostly the issues of it being a trike and not wanting to modify the chassis too much. Okay. A few things I want to do. I want to add some lights and such that can help us distinguish what gear we're in. I'm going to do that by... How do I want to do that? Because while I'm in the seat, how well can I see? Okay. I can see down there. So what I might do is actually raise this up. Speed, RPM. And then take some lights. Thank you. Let's do shift, toggle, only in seat, don't cast shadows, 40%. Copy. Paste. Oh, there's no inverted for this one. Yes, it's manual. Let's do first gear then, at a 1. So let's grab some plates. I'm gonna do this as plastic. So reverse. Side, I bet. Yep. And the rotation. So let's do paint this up. Drive. First. Lit. Second. Lit. Text scale down. See if I can get it. First, let's do off. On. Jesus Christ. Top center. Middle center. I can't even read that. Ooh, where'd you go? So, these need to be on. U or R. Toggle, only one seat. So let's do this. So first, turn this up to 50%. Just a little bit brighter. So first gear, drive is on, reverse is on. Fun thing is you can actually start the hand crank from here. So if I do this, something has broken. Let's go grab you. Speed good. So I could to some extent, but the problem is that reverse and first and second are on a different keybind. This is just the simplest way to do it. here's also what I want to do. Not the best, but it's doing its job. This is just one of the pre-builds in the game that I've been kind of swapping out the engine for a proper engine instead of the electric engine that I had in here before. There we go. This is driving really well. You have to be very slow on the corners, but that's just quite literally because it's a trike. Turn that brake up a little bit more. The thing is, I don't want the wheel to get stopped. I still want it to be able to spin. Or lock up, I should say. Because, like, in that situation, it looked like the wheel locked up, and that's basically, once I break that friction, I'm screwed. Because then I have no braking, essentially, effectively. Also, I need to put an alternator somewhere on this, which I have yet to do. Yeah, it's just one brake at the back. Brakes. Alright. Right now, steering? Where weren't you attached? Right now, let's go ahead and look at getting an alternator in here. I know how I can do it. I can just pull off these pulleys, but also I could swap this out for a clutch gear. So doing this so that this is no longer, and this is no longer, and then this is just going to be the clutch gear now. You're going to be 3. On, or not 3G, sorry. G. So that's when that's being taken. Going back to this gear. And then back to this gear. Hopefully this doesn't prevent it from starting. It's rear-wheel drive. Yeah, this isn't working. There we go. So now the alternator shouldn't actually take any load until after the engine's actually started. So we can crank this back up. There we go. Didn't slow down enough for that. Turn. Alright. Alright. I think I'm going to do a little bit of painting. Can I grab this green color? Is that it? No. Is this it? No. Ooh, no. God, no. Oh yeah, I forgot I can just steal colors. There we go. I kind of want to do those as green. I also kind of want to do the single one in the center. Then black tops there. Let's do these as, because those are white. Let's do these as like a greenish almost, maybe? To a brighter green. And then gray these out. Oh no, these are using the dark green. The gears already were. So I might just move, yeah. Yeah, that works. Other things. Paint the, no, I can't paint the brakes. Actually curious what color these would look good as. Yeah, I kind of like the orange. I'll keep that. Anything else? Oh yeah, I need to actually like properly connect up. And I need to put a battery somewhere in here. Even though it's hand crank start and doesn't need a battery. Let's start connecting. I really like how this one does the license plate, especially the license plate light. I really enjoy. And that should be everything. That could have been bad. Oh no, oh no. Well, that could have gone better, but it works. It just works. All right. I think there's some cleanup to be done. So let's do shift first slash second. First slash second. Reverse. Reverse. And crank starter. And crank starter. And crank starter. Where did that type to? I thought I had the select. And crank starter. Were the other ones capitalized? The answer is yes. Okay. So now if I drop this and get in, one of these is not on. Why is it? Okay. Alright. Then brake one, it's parking brake, so I need to name these lights. Parking brake. God, where the fucking swear I keep putting it in here. Parking brake. Parking brake. Reverse. Shift first slash second. Yeah, there we go. It cleans up all the controls there. Yeah, this thing could really use a sway bar. Right now, though, I'm not going to bother with it, unfortunately. So I'm pretty happy with how this has turned out. I definitely do think it could be better, but without like completely ripping the frame apart. I'm not too sure about that. So, I think I'm going to go ahead and save this here. As soon as I find it. There it is. And then I think I'm going to actually be ending the stream here. This one's a pretty short one, to be honest. Comparison to the tractors and stuff that I built. So, I think I'm going to end it here. Hope you all enjoyed, had fun. Thank you all for coming, hanging out, and watching with me. But for now, thanks for stopping by. Thanks to Kron. And until next time, peace.